13 WMAZ Morning starts now.
All is quiet out there for the start of the day, and that's how it'll be through the afternoon. Hold on to this spring-like weather while it lasts, because we do have some changes on the way. I'll have those details coming up.
Plus, the Dublin VA sending a health message to thousands of veterans why they're now recommending over 4,000 get tested for bloodborne illnesses.
Plus, more space coming to the Ocmulgee Mounds. The amount of acres that the park is getting.
As a kid, did you ever dream of recess lasting all day? Well, it's not exactly like that, but a new outdoor classroom is coming to Covenant Academy. So I'll tell you what that's all about.
Well, good morning. Happy Thursday. One step closer to the end of the week, everyone. The time is 6:30 on this February the 10th. I'm Caitlin Heck.
And I'm Wanya Reese. I'm jamming Caitlin because it's Baby Friday.
That's right. We are almost there. I feel like this week has gone by so slow for some reason, but at least we have a nice afternoon ahead of us that we can soak it all in, Courtney.
That's right. Yeah, I guess as long as the weather's nice, to have a slower week isn't too bad, but we've been saying it all week long. I feel like it should already be the start of next week with how slow this week is going, but it's okay. It's already Thursday now, so we only have to get through one more day. That's all that matters. We're just going to keep moving forward. 31 right now in the city of Macon. It's a cold start. Nice and quiet out there. Just a couple of people. Look, there's somebody even walking down here. I don't know if I've ever caught somebody walking the streets of downtown Macon, only driving this early. 35 in Warner Robins, 31 in Gordon, 33 in Forsyth, 40 in Roberta, 33 in Unadilla, and 31 up in Milledgeville. All is quiet out there, nice and clear skies, no wind, it's super still. Overall, a really nice start to the day, but like I said, cold, so you'll definitely need that jacket. As we go through the day today, by lunchtime, temperatures will already be in the 60s. If that says anything about how warm we're going to be today, temperatures will top out in the mid to upper 60s today between noon and 5 o'clock. So for the ride home tonight from work, temperatures will be in the mid 60s. If you're enjoying the 60s, we have them for a few more days, but then a brief cool down is on the way for the weekend. I'm going to have all those details. That's in my full forecast coming your way in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Courtney. This morning, thousands of veterans are waiting to find out if they were exposed to an infection.
The Carl Vinson VA Medical Center in Dublin says those vets were possibly exposed to unclean medical equipment there. The problem came to light last month when a hospital staff member raised concerns about the sterilization process. The VA stopped all medical procedures for 3 days because of the concerns.
Well, now they're notifying all veterans who had certain procedures within the last year and recommending they get tested for bloodborne illnesses like hepatitis B and C and HIV. They believe the risk of infection is very low. Medical Center Director Manuel Davila says they want to make it right.
It's unfortunate and it happened and we would not run away from that. We'll take it directly. And we'll have very specific actions. And part of the reason why we're here today is we want to be open and we want to be honest about what happened.
Testing for those illnesses is free, and Davila says that the results should come back within the next 1 to 2 months.
Veterans who have any questions about the problem can call the Dublin VA. Now to 2 other stories that we are following right now. We now know the names of 2 people who died in an apparent murder-suicide at a West Macon hotel. The Bibb County Sheriff's Office says it happened at the Oyo Hotel on Remiser Drive just before 2:30 yesterday afternoon. Someone found 43-year-old Michael Reed Jr. and 44-year-old Tammy Calhoun shot dead inside a room. Coroner Leon Jones says it appears the man killed the woman first, then himself. Investigators sent both bodies to the GBI Crime Lab for autopsies.
The search is on for a group of men who shot at a Bibb County deputy. It happened on General Winship Drive in the Ingleside area. The Sheriff's Office says yesterday afternoon an undercover deputy was doing a neighborhood check around Rogers Place when he saw a car speeding down the road. Deputies say the deputy followed the car, and when it stopped, the men got out and started shooting at him. The deputy took cover and wasn't hurt, but the 4 men got away. Deputies are looking for a silver Kia. It's a sedan, possibly an Optima, with a handicap tag. The front bumper on the driver's side was hanging down towards the ground. If you have any information, you can call the Macon Regional Crime Stoppers. The number, it's 1-877-68-CRIME. That number again for you, it's 1-877-68-CRIME. Let's take a look at your headlines from across the state. A student in Atlanta now faces several charges following threats made to Maynard Jackson High. The school has been on an internal lockdown since Monday, cutting down on movement allowed in hallways, classrooms, and lunchrooms. Atlanta Public Schools says someone emailed a threat of violence every morning since Monday. The student charged in connection to the threats was referred to the school district's Office of Student Discipline. Charges include making terroristic threats, harassing communications, and disrupting public schools. They are still investigating.
Well, parents, you could soon choose if your child will wear a mask in school. Governor Brian Kemp announced yesterday that his office plans to introduce a bill putting the decision in parents' hands. The governor says he will break down the details of that bill once it's done. And jury selection enters day 4 today in the federal hate crimes trial for the 3 men convicted of murdering Ahmaud Arbery. So far, 52 potential jurors qualified to move on to the next round of questioning. The judge wants 50 to 60 qualified potential jurors in place before they start narrowing that down to 12 jurors and 4 alternates. Opening statements could happen early next week. Father and son Gregory and Travis McMichael, along with William Roddy Bryan, are accused of targeting Arbery because he was black.
The Ocmulgee Mounds National Historical Park is about to double in size. Park advocates announced they've acquired nearly 1,000 acres in southeast Bibb County. Most of it will become part of the East Macon National Historical Park. Now, the park preserves the ancestral homeland of the Creek Nation, who were forcibly removed from Georgia to Oklahoma in the 1830s. The Park Service and a private grant is paying for the expansion. Advocates hope to eventually expand the park from around 700 acres to more than 3,000.
Well, the mounds aren't the only thing growing in Macon. Rebuilding Macon will soon get $133,000 from the Macon-Bibb County Commission. From installing toilets to building wheelchair ramps, the organization is in its 30th year doing home repairs around Macon. They work with low-income homeowners, and they say the additional money can repair about 150 more homes. The new money becomes official once commissioners take a final vote next Tuesday. All right, the time is now 6:37.
All righty then. And I'm going to repeat, Caitlin, the time is now 6:37. We are talking about a little bit of weather this morning. And, you know, all this week we've been trying to, just get people more knowledgeable about severe weather and what's going on. So what lesson do you have for us this morning?
You know, I love getting the opportunity to do this, to be able to give people why their weather, well, I'm not going to say weather works because that is reserved for our meteorologist, Taylor Stephenson, but I am going to give you some insight this morning on lightning. That's today's topic for Severe Weather Preparedness Week. So I'm going to try and get through this a little quicker than I did last time because I do want to be able to give you the forecast over the next few days as well, which does not include lightning. So sing it with me, the evaporation, condensation. That's as far as we need to get here. If all of your kids started singing along, I apologize because they know the water cycle song like the back of their hand. And that does play a part in how lightning forms. So what happens is all of the water vapor particles in the air, they rise, they condense, and as they're doing that, they're rubbing together really fast. Kind of like when you rub your hands together really fast, it gets warm, same thing happens. Well, that creates a positive charge in the top of a cloud. Now at the bottom of a cloud, it's a negative charge and they attract each other. Think of a cloud like a battery that powers and causes for electricity in all of your electronics, including my little clicker here. So as the lightning starts to form, that electric charge starts to get going, the ground that we walk on also contains a positive charge. So the bottom of the cloud and the surface also is pretty much like a second battery, and that allows for that lightning bolt to hit the ground. So when you see cloud to ground lightning, that's thanks to the opposite charge, the negative in the bottom of the cloud and the positive at the surface. And also things like trees, those will contain a positive charge, and whatever that bolt of lightning can get to the quickest is what that lightning bolt is going to attract to. So when we say lightning strikes the tallest object, yes, that is typically true. Now, this is something really interesting too. When I learned this in meteorology school, I just thought it was the neatest fact. So lightning can be as hot as 5 times hotter than the sun. Yes, that's 50,000 degrees. So when a lightning strike moves through a column of air, what it does, it expands so quickly, it breaks the sound barrier. So that's why you hear thunder. But the reason that you see lightning first and then hear thunder, you'll never experience one without the other, is because light travels faster than sound does. And the way you know how far lightning is, you see lightning and you count to 5, and then every 5 seconds, so 5 will be 1 mile, 10 seconds will be 2 miles. That's how you figure out how far away lightning is from you. So there's your weather lesson for the morning. The forecast thankfully doesn't take too much to explain. High pressure will be in control the next few days, and that's going to give us cold mornings like we are now at 34 in Dublin and very warm afternoons. If you've been enjoying the past couple of days boy, do we have some nice forecasts in store the next couple as well. 35 in Warner Robins, 31 in Macon and in Gordon. We're at 33 in Unadilla and 32 in Wrightsville. Through the day today, another round of upper 60s and sunshine, going to be spectacular. Get out and enjoy it. As we head through the overnight hours, low temperatures will drop into the mid to upper 30s. We'll have a few extra clouds around to trap in some of the heat. Wind will also be coming out of the southwest, which will help give us the warming trend for the afternoon as well. Upper 60s, low 70s tomorrow. Our cloud cover will be thanks to a front that's going to just skirt by the area as we head into the evening tonight. And then here comes our second front that's going to help usher in some cooler air as we head into the second half of the weekend. No rain associated with it. Enjoy the sunshine and 60s the next few days. That front will put us briefly back in the 50s for Sunday and Valentine's Day on Monday. Notice, though, we'll rebound back in the mid 60s by Wednesday.
All right, thank you, Courtney. At 6:40 and still ahead on 13 WMAZ Morning.
I tell her she can do it. She tells me we can do it, and we'll both get through.
Graceland and Nolan Rogers may have different abilities than their teammates, but they also have each other. Around 6:46, I'll tell you more about these rising soccer stars and how they don't let their disabilities keep them from reaching their goals.